When you sign a receipt at a store or restaurant, do you ask where your personal information is going to end up? Good evening, I'm Mark Allen.
I'm Michelle Kingsfield. Chances are you don't expect it to end up intact in the trash for all to see. But that happens.
And you're about to find that out after a month-long investigation. Pam Elliott is on assignment revealing indecent exposure.
Thomas Hand had been hanging on to this box for months. Inside are photos and records. They're not his. He just wants someone to take responsibility for them ending up here.
It was open. It was all the way back.
Box exposed.
Yeah.
And a picture was showing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Hand says he was walking his dogs at Belmont Park in Dayton when a vintage-looking photo caught his attention.
A couple days later, I started to go through it, and I realized, holy cow, these are customer records.
Records and photos that originated from here. Sears Portrait Studio on Salem Avenue.
My intention was, it's a box of sensitive information and product that doesn't belong in a dumpster where anybody can pick it up. It belongs in the hands of Sears, specifically their photo department. They were non-responsive. Moved up a ratchet, non-responsive. Another ratchet, non-responsive. I give up. It's the media's turn.
Hand contacted us, and I went right to work, seeing if I could match the photos to the receipts, the phone numbers, and the signatures I found in the box. With the information I collected, I was able to locate several customers.
And this is your signature here?
Yes.
Do you recognize this receipt?
Yes, I paid for it.
Murtis Holmes paid for pictures like the ones we had a year ago. She was taken aback by what we showed her.
We've never met, have we?
No.
And I don't know your family,
No.
so here I am with pictures of your family.
That you found in the dumpster.
And how does that make you feel?
Oh, pretty upset, really, you know.
Okay.
Really, you know, to have my information out there like that, you know. So.
All right, well, I'll look into it further. Hi, I'm Pam Elliott. I'm with WDTN.
Okay.
And we found these. Actually, they were brought to our attention. Is this your family?
It is, yeah.
Do you remember these pictures being taken?
Yeah, I do. At over at Sears, yeah.
Matt Meeks did not want us to show the full picture of his son because it includes the baby's name. But he did agree to come outside and talk with us.
You know, where I work, files are very sensitive, and, we keep records 5 to 10 years, and this was a year ago, so it's very concerning that a company of Sears, of all places, would do that.
Sears corporate office chose to email answers to our questions. The company referred to what happened as a very unusual and isolated incident. Associates are to use the enclosed and locked Sears Portrait Trash Compactor. Customer information and portraits are to be disposed of separately, so they should never be found together. Receipts are truncated.
Anything pretty much can be found on the internet nowadays, but as far as, telephone numbers and things of that nature is pretty alarming, actually, so especially with other people's names and documents, all thrown in the same box together.
We took the box to police, to someone who knows what can happen when your personal information gets into the wrong hands.
Yeah, this is definitely something that I would say should have probably been been destroyed.
Detective Mark Brown says if you find such items, you should call police. They could be part of a criminal investigation. In this case, we did call police and found out that Sears on Salem had not reported the photos and records stolen, which indicates the portrait studio failed to dispose of the customer's personal information properly.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, could be a threat. That's why these things probably should have been shredded. That would have been helpful. As you saw, it was easy enough for you to just make contact and track her down. And once again, you're dealing with photos, of children, and in this day and age, there's just so many, registered sexual offenders. That could be a dream for someone to easily snatch a child.
And there's identity theft to consider. Detective Brown says even without credit card numbers on the receipts, customers are still vulnerable. The ones with whom we spoke feel too much of their lives was exposed. Trashed without reason.
Thank you for letting me know about this. It's pretty scary, actually. Especially something, with the price that they told us it would cost, and for them to just throw it away.
And what did the Meeks family end up spending? Well, all you have to do, look at the receipt. $181.87. Not information you're likely to want out. It's important to note that Sears has a contract with a St. Louis company to provide the portrait studio services, but Sears chose to answer for itself and that company. And you can read Sears' complete answers on WDTN.com right now.
Wow.
So this certainly begs the question, what do we do to protect ourselves? We don't know what they're doing with our belongings.
That's why you've got to ask, Michelle. It's interesting. We trust these businesses so much that we don't ask. Once we've completed our transaction with a business or a restaurant, it's fair game. Ask, what are you going to do with that carbon copy? What are you going to do with my phone information, my photo in this case? And ask to watch them dispose of it. There's no harm in that. And also, it's very important to note again that if you see anything, like in a public park, in a dumpster, that you think might be personal information belonging to someone else, call police, because that could very well be part of a criminal investigation.
A little skepticism goes a long way sometimes.
You got that, Mark.
Pam, thank you very much.